In 1932, Australia had started a unique war, which was neither against any country nor against any group. Rather, it was a war against this speechless bird named Emu, which showed the Australian military the stars in the daytime. It sounds very strange that what could be the problem with a bird, that a complete military operation has to be started against it. But Australia had taken such a step and was badly defeated in it. After World War I, the whole world was going through the Great Depression, and Australia had also come under its grip. Here the farmers were not growing anything on their fields because due to the difference in demand and supply in the market, the price of everything was very low, due to which the farmers were not able to meet their expenses. If this continues, then Australia will not have anything left to eat even for itself. To control this, the Australian government forced the farmers to start wheat production and promised them that the government will collect money from them. The government will buy wheat at good rates. The farmers agreed to these conditions of the government and started wheat production. But when the crops were ready, the government went back on its promise and started offering low rates to the farmers. The farmers decided in protest that they will not sell the wheat anymore, and for this reason, they did not even harvest the crops. Now it was not that the Australian government did not need the wheat. In a way, they were blackmailing the farmers because they knew that if the farmers did not sell the ready crop to the government, their crop would be infested with pests. But the Australian government did not know that the trouble that was to come was going to be more troublesome than the pest attack. The breeding season of the Emus, which are found only in Australia, was over. This was a serious issue because Emus migrate after their breeding season. When the Emus were migrating from the inland areas to the coast, they saw the ready wheat fields in Western Australia. A group of 20,000 Emus entered these wheat fields, and it started destroying the fields by eating them overnight. This bird is 55 feet long and weighs 45 kilograms and can easily eat up to 2 kilograms of food in a day. Now 20,000 emus is a very big number, and they used to destroy 20 to 25 acres of wheat land in just one day. For a week or two, farmers used to run away from them, till now 300 to 350 acres of land had been destroyed. This issue was now becoming serious. When the government came to know about this, they immediately took action and started thinking about how to get rid of emus. In their view, there was only one rapid solution to this issue: military operation. Yes, the Australian government asked the military to launch an operation against the emus. This was a very strange operation, which the media named as the Great Emu War. The Australian military, which had recently finished World War II, felt that when they had defeated their real enemies, then why would these emus destroy them? He sent a few soldiers to Western Australia with machine guns and a few thousand rounds. This task seemed child's play to him, but by the time the operation started, it started raining in Western Australia. Due to heavy rains, the flocks of emus spread over a large area, which had now become difficult to target. In view of this issue, the attack on emus was postponed for a month. On the 2nd day of November 1932, the soldiers received a report that a few emus were seen in a village named Campion. By the time the soldiers reached there, the locals pelted stones at them to collect the emus, but instead of gathering at one place, they scattered. Let us tell you here that the legs of the emus are very strong, and surprisingly, they can run at a speed of 70 kilometers per hour. However, the soldiers opened fire on the emus in these conditions. In this attack, only 5 to 7 emus were killed, and the rest disappeared in the fields like the sky during the day. The first attack was a huge failure. Out of 20,000, only 5 to 7 mules were killed. This was the first failure of this military operation. After 2 to 4 days, the soldiers decided that they would now sit in ambush in the fields, wait for the mules to come close, and then open fire. This time around 1,000 mules entered the fields. When they came close to the hidden soldiers, fire was opened, but this time luck deserted them. Only 24 mules had died when the machine gun jammed. Before the machine gun could be repaired, all the mules again disappeared in the fields. This was the second attack of the military operation, and it also failed shamefully. Now for the third attack, the soldiers decided to go south from the Campion, where more mules were present. If the soldiers had to get any success, they could get it here only. But this time they noticed a very interesting thing in the mules. They saw that the mules were divided into different groups, and each group had a leader who was in a way the leader of the army. The rest of the emus were busy eating the wheat fields, but the leader kept his eyes on the approaching danger. As soon as he got a hint of the soldiers' arrival, the leader would drive away all the groups of emus from there. Now the soldiers were tired of chasing them. This war against the emus was proving to be difficult for them. As it happens in wars, when the enemy is not coming under control, the strategy has to be changed. And the Australian military also decided to change its strategy to teach the emus a lesson. Now they made a plan that they would install the machine gun behind a vehicle. The emus would quickly enter its herd and then fire on the running emus from the moving vehicle itself. But what they were thinking might happen in a real war. But here the enemy, though not a flying bird, was a very clever bird, because the vehicle had to move on rough fields, i.e. off-road. So obviously it was becoming very difficult for the machine gun operator to take aim at the running emus. After firing several rounds, only one bullet was fired. The target was hit. Well, the soldiers continued with this strategy, but due to driving fast on off-road, a running emu got stuck in the steering of the vehicle, due to which the vehicle crashed into the bushes. In this attempt, 2,000 rounds were fired and only 200 emus were killed. The fourth attack and the nudge strategy had also failed. The operation was stopped for some time. After a few weeks, the operation was resumed, and this time the attack was a little successful. Overall, the soldiers succeeded in killing around 1,000 emus, but after firing a total of 10,000 rounds, it means that 10 bullets were fired to kill one emu. When this matter was raised in the Australian Parliament, the politicians objected to the performance of the military. The politicians said that if any medal is to be given for this performance, it should be given to the emus who cleverly dodged 9 out of 10 bullets. Even after spending so much, he did not get a medal of 20,000. Out of these, only 1,000 emus were killed. At that time, around 100 lakhs was spent on this operation, which is more than 100 lakhs dollars today. This was a very shameful defeat for the Australian military. The military operation was stopped. This means that the emus had won this war. Time passed and the population of emus kept increasing, and every year the farmers were suffering heavy losses. This time, the Australian government came into the field with a new strategy. They distributed thousands of weapons among the farmers and got bounties announced. This means that the farmer who kills more emus will get bounties accordingly. This method worked, and after 2 years in 1934, during 6 months, 57,000 bounties were claimed. When this news went on the international media, the animal rights organisations created a lot of noise. People started abusing the Australian government. What could the Australian government do? They had to stop this boundary system too, which could not control 20,000 emus in 1932. Today, the population of emus in Australia is around 6 to 7 lakhs, and farmers now put fences around their fields to protect them from wild animals, which has now become a common practice in Australia. Of course, right now, farmers do not have much danger from wild animals in Australia. But this war against emus will always be remembered in history. We hope you will like and share this video. Thank you very much for your loving comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share. See you in the next amazing video.